In the name of Allah, the Beneficent and the Merciful. Assalamu alaikum. I am Kashaf from Chemistry Department and my ID is 018. Today I am here to present the Python. And let's have a look at the third chapter of the third course of the Python, which is data manipulation with pandas. So in data manipulation with pandas, we have learned about 4 chapters. First in data frames, in which I have learned about sorting and subsetting columns and creating new columns. In chapter 2, which is aggregating data, I have learned about how to summary a static value and how to do the countings of that statics and how to group summary statics. In chapter 3, which is slicing and indexing data, I have learned how to subsetting using slicing and indexing and subsetting using indexes. And in chapter 4, which is creating and visualization data, I have learned out how to plot a data, how to handle missing data, and how to reading data into a data frame form. So starting with inspecting a data frame. Basically, when we get a new data frame to work with, the first thing we need to do is to explore it and to see what it contains and how it will work. And there are several useful methods for doing this. For example, dot head point, which is showing in the figure, it returns the first few rows, the head of the data frame. Dot info shows information on each of the columns such as date, type, and number of missing values. Dot shape returns the number of rows and columns of the data frame, and dot describes will calculate a few summary statics for each column. So if we take an example of homelessness, which is a data frame containing estimation of homelessness in US states, the individual column is the number of homeless individuals, and the family members column is the number of the homeless individuals part of the family with their children. And Pandas is already imported for us, so let's see the example. So we just have to print the head of the homelessness data. We will write print homelessness dot head, as we have discussed earlier that dot head will return the first few rows of the data frame. Now the second thing in data manipulation with pandas is sorting out. Sorting out means we have to sort just a main column from a table. In the given column or in the given table, we can see that their name, red color, height in centimeters, weight in kgs, and date of birth. We will sort out a main column from the given table, and in this table we have sorting weight in kg as a column. The next is sorting by multiple variables. For multiple variables, we will sort out 2 tables of the same information, like weight and heights in centimeters. Here we have discussed weight and height as column. Then subsetting columns. Subsetting columns means if there is object of one type, then all the names of the column will be get only a one variable. For example, dogs is a object which is having by a 6 person, and the name of the 6 person we will just write name with their stars. Next is mean and median. Mean and median basically used in statics, which are exactly what their surrounds like, and they summarize many members in one statics. For example, mean and median, minimum, maximum, and standard deviations are summary statics, and calculating summary statics allows us to give or to get a better sense of our data, even if there is a lot of data in it. So sales is available and pandas is loaded as PD. For example, we have instructions like we have to print information about the columns in sales, then we have to print the mean of the weekly sales, and then we have to print the median of the weekly sales in just one different columns. So we will firstly print the head of the sales data frame, which is sales start head. Then we will print the info about the sales data frame, which is sales start info. Then we print the mean of the weekly sales, which is sales weekly sales mean, and print the mean of the weekly sales. Then we will use sales weekly sales into median, and in this way we can calculate our statics also. The next is how missing values in pandas data frames can be gotten. In the given table, you can see that we have name, breed, color, height, weight, and date of birth columns. If we talk about weight in kgs, we can see that Bella's has missing values of NAN, and all the other Charlie, Lucy, Cooper, Max, etc. have their weights in kg. So for this, we will use docs basically to find out the missing and values, and by using Python, we can easily find out the missing values. The next is how to plot missing values. We will just import matplotlib as we have discussed it earlier, and then we will show the result. The next is finding missing values. Missing values are everywhere and we don't want them interfering with our work. So for these functions, we have to firstly find out them and sorting out them. In the given example, pandas has been imported as pt, and avocados is also subset for us. We just have to find all the missing values, and we will import matplotlib at plt. Then we will check individual values, like we will have to print the individual values. Then we will check each column for missing values, and at last we will show the plot as plt. And at last, this is the statement of accomplishment which I have gotten from Datacamp for completing data manipulation with pandas.